Warning, the following video contains spoilers about the book mentioned in this review video. If you have not read the book and don't want to be spoiled, please go back to your previous page. If you haven't read the book and you continue to watch this video, don't say I didn't warn you. If you have read the book though, then enjoy the video. Gosh, I sound like an automated message, don't I? But, you know, I do say this for all my book review videos. Hey YouTubers, this is ThomasZoey3000 here, and today I'm extremely proud to present to you my second favorite Equestria Girls novel, Sunset Shimmer's Time to Shine. Yeah, and as you guys know, I've had this book since 2015, when I got it from the New Lisker Walmart. Yes, I can remember that day I was surprised to learn that there was a book on Sunset Shimmer. And in case you guys are wondering, this is not an adaptation of any of the shorts or any of the movies. This is an original story written by Perdita. Hope I said the name right. And of course, you can tell we got Sunset Shimmer in the doll merchandise format. Yeah, I say doll merchandise format because that's what Sunset and many of the Equestria Girls look like, you know, on the back of the 9-inch dolls. Yeah. Yeah, you know, with their boxes and all. This is, though, the last novel to feature a vector like that on the front cover because, starting with Friendship Games, which I'm currently reading at the moment, all those books do contain either similar covers to the DVDs and Blu-rays, or has different vectors from basically the movies, the shorts, or, you know, just some promo pics of the Equestria Girls. Yeah, but they look more show-like than, you know, doll merchandise, if that makes any sense. But still, it's not to say that this is a bad cover or anything. This is actually a pretty good cover. Sunset actually looks really darn cute there. And as you can tell, the dress may look familiar to some. It's actually the same style outfit used for the 2015 toy of Sunset Shimmer's Time to Shine. Yeah, and I'm guessing the toy was based on this book. Yeah. And of course, as you can guess, the outfit was made by Rarity. Yep. Yeah, Sunset does look pretty cool there, and pretty darn cute. And of course, we got the orange and pink lighting shooting up all over the place to basically illustrate, light shining from behind Sunset. Yeah. Now we'll look to the side here, and there's Sunset Shimmer right there. Number 4, so this is the 4th installment of the series. Equestria Girls, Sunset Shimmer's Time to Shine. Published by Little Brown. Now we look here to the back, and there's the Rainbow Rocks logo. This is set after Rainbow Rocks, just as a reminder. And although featured on the back here, Princess Twilight did not return to the human world in this one. Yeah, but she is mentioned numerous times within this story. And of course, like many other books, the back of the book here features different titles of various different books, like Through the Mirror, that's the first one, Rainbow Rocks, which is based on the shorts, and I have read that one in case you guys are wondering, and The Main Event, which I'm still looking for at this particular moment. Also, you can tell we got the price tag down here, which says $10.99 Canadian, and this was published in 2015. And there's some bio up there, which I will read to you. Back in Equestria, Sunset Shimmer was one of Princess Celestia's brightest pupils, second only to Twilight Sparkle. But unlike Twilight, she was always rebellious and questioned the rules. Yeah, that sounds like Sunset, alright. Well, from back then. After learning a very big lesson about the magic of friendship when she first traveled through the portal, Sunset is now determined to learn how magic works in this world. She's also trying to figure out her place and who she wants to be. So this is a bit of a self-discovery story for Sunset Shimmer. Yep. And gets her to be, well, the lovable character that we know today. As you can tell with the beginning of each chapter here, we have this little picture of a horseshoe with 6 cutie marks on here, but it does not include Sunset's cutie mark. Yep. And we flip through the pages here, and one little thing I want to show you, apart from just this unique story, which is very, very lovely, I must point out, is that you also get one chapter of Equestria Girls Through the Mirror. Read how it all started. But of course, I've already read that book, and I will cover it at some point. Then of course we have the activity pages here. Various different little games you can play, or just things to write down. A nice little group photo of all the girls, including Sunset Shimmer. And then there's this little promo here of Rainbow Rocks the movie. Now on DVD and Blu-ray. As you guys know, I have the DVD. Yep, I have the DVD. So, overall the cover does look very nice, and the contents inside for the activity pages definitely looks pretty good. Now for the story, and of course this is the spoiler bit, so again, if you guys haven't read the book and you don't want to be spoiled, now's your chance to go back. If you continue, don't say I didn't warn you, okay? Alright, I hope I can do this one right, because sometimes I do mess this one up. Okay, well, the book definitely takes place after the events of Rainbow Rocks, and showing the girls, you know, just getting back to their regular lives. Well, sort of. Because, well, I'll get to that in a minute. For Sunset Shimmer, though, she is trying to figure out her place, because although she is a very bright student, she really doesn't have much of a purpose, because she once wanted to control magic in the human world. Well, that dream's just gone. Yeah. As we all saw in Equestria Girls 1. Yeah. So, what is her purpose? She's not quite sure. And a lot of the students don't really know. But during a slumber party, Rainbow Dash reveals to the girls that the soccer team desperately needs new uniforms. Actually, I don't think it was just a soccer team. I think it was all the teams of Canterlot High. Jeez, I read this just a few days ago, and now I've already forgotten. But either way, they definitely need new uniforms, and after hearing that, Sunset decides that they should hold a fundraiser, so that way they can raise enough money to basically give the teams new uniforms. And the girls all like the idea. But now Sunset's worried again because she doesn't know how she can contribute. Considering Fluttershy's good with animals, and she agrees to have a little pet parade during this fundraiser. Applejack is good at baking, so yeah, for the bake sale part. I don't know why I just did that. Pinkie Pie, of course, is good with decorations. Rarity's good at fashion, so she'll make some of the outfits. And, of course, Rainbow Dash is athletic. But Sunset doesn't really know what she can do. And I should point out, too, that she also writes to Princess Twilight every now and then. And during one of those conversations, Sunset gets the idea of becoming a bit of a magic investigator to basically figure out how magic works in the human world. Unfortunately, her research kind of backfires on her and kind of puts her friendships in jeopardy. Basically, she gives Rainbow Dash a little health monitor to basically keep an eye on her breathing, and her heart rate and so on. But it distracts Rainbow Dash to the point that she's just not doing as good as she should be doing. And that gets her teammates a little irritated. While trying to investigate Rarity's magic, Sunset takes some pictures of the work that Rarity does and posts them on the Rainbow's main website. And unfortunately, it comes back as negative comments from the other students wondering what the heck's going on with Rarity, because she doesn't look too good. And as we all know, Rarity can't take negative comments that well. With Applejack, Sunset makes a big mess of the kitchen and accidentally burns some of the food, because she's just trying to figure out how AJ's magic kind of affects the food. Yeah. And then her biggest blunder happens when she basically visits Fluttershy at the animal shelter and, of course, helps out with the new litter of kittens and puppies. But unfortunately leaves the door open and the little ones manage to escape. Yeah. Oh, and don't mind the sound of a motorcycle. That's a clock nearby. Yeah. So where was I? Oh, yeah. And she interrupts Pinky's decorating of the gymnasium to see if, she basically could get some information on the magic that comes from Pinkie Pie's playing. And unfortunately, that's when Sunset suddenly realizes that everything's kind of blown up in her face again. Basically, it comes from the fact that there are little kittens and puppies all over the city. The baked goods are not, well, baked goods. They're baked bads. Yeah. And, well, so on and so forth. Sunset tries to put everything right, but before she does that, she writes a little bit of an emotional message to Princess Twilight. And she offers some encouraging advice to Sunset, basically saying that instead of just trying to figure this stuff out on her own, why not ask her friends of how she can help? And that's basically what Sunset does. With some advice from Fluttershy, she is basically able to find the puppies and kittens and get them back to the shelter. And then later helps Applejack to basically make some baked goods. Despite the fact that Applejack's a little bit, pardon my language for saying this, peeved at her. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, who knew that was a curse word in Equestria? And then she helps Rarity to come up with a little app to basically help the players to create their own, shall we say, decals for their uniforms. And also help them with the uniforms bit. But Sunset ends up working throughout the night just trying to work on that. Well, it's well worth it, and it's thanks to Rarity's advice that she's able to get it done. Then, of course, she removes the health monitor from Rainbow Dash so that way she can get back to focusing on her game. And then later enlists the help of Trixie to help Pinkie Pie with ticket sales, and of course helps out with the decorating. But there's still a slight issue. Because of all the calamities and everything, the students now no longer want to take part of the fundraiser because they think it's just another plot Sunset Shimmer's coming up with to basically hurt everyone else again. Sunset's friends, of course, offer to help her to sort out this issue, but Sunset says that she wants to do this one on her own. And slowly she does some good deeds around the school, like helping a student who's dropped some books, doesn't even look back afterwards, just continues on after helping that student, has a nice little conversation with Trixie, and even helps Flash when he's having a little trouble, but doesn't give him the answers. Just gives him a slight hint, so that way he can figure it out on his own. Yeah. And it does work, because at the end of the day, the school's no longer scared of Sunset, and have bought tons of tickets to go to this fundraiser. And it's a huge success, but with a pet parade, the bake sale, and of course the app that Sunset came up with, the decorating gym looks nice, and of course Sunset helps out with the band. Yeah, and even gets to perform a song that she writes up, with a little help from her friends, of course. At the end of the day, Sunset finally realizes her purpose in life is basically helping others. And she even writes that to Princess Twilight, although she's still confused about how they're still able to pony up with the ears, manes, and tails. So yeah, that's basically it. Oh, I hope I said everything correctly. Despite the fact that I've read this book a few times already, I still somehow, I think I may have missed one or two parts. But overall, Sunset Shimmer's Time to Shine is a really, really nice story. And for being the first Equestria Girls original story for a novel, I can honestly say that it was amazing. It was fantastic. And back in 2015, this was my favorite Equestria Girls book. Why is it no longer my favorite Equestria Girls book and why it's been reduced to second? Well, I'll cover that in another review another day. But it's not to say I don't like the book anymore. No, I still like the book, and in fact, it took me, I think, was it 3 or 4 nights just to read this story? Wow. Every half hour I would just, I would read a book for half an hour a day. Yeah, because I'm a little bit busy. And there I go again with my messed up speeches. But overall, the story was fantastic, and it's a nice little filler for in between Rainbow Rocks and Friendship Games. I kind of wish, though, that there was an audio CD version of this book, because that would be awesome, and if it was available, I kind of hope that it would be a full casting. But, you know, it's just wishful thinking. But overall, would I recommend this book? Definitely recommend this book. I recommend this book to any Brony and Pegasister who basically likes Equestria Girls, and anyone who's a huge fan of Sunset Shimmer herself, which I am. I'm a huge Sunset Shimmer fan. Yep. So it's definitely a great recommendation, and for rating, I give it 9.9 for a great cover, great story, great activities. Really, it is a really good book. So it's definitely up there, just above all the other books that I have read and reviewed. And honestly, I think that's about all I can say, because I can't think of anything else to say. So, hope you've enjoyed watching this little review video on my second favorite Equestria Girls book. I will cover my all-time favorite Equestria Girls book soon, but when it will come out, don't ask, because I don't have an actual answer for that one. But until that day comes, that's going to be it for this review video. So until next time, YouTubers, I'm ThomasZoey3000. Thank you so much for watching, and I'm signing off.